Fortunately, they were color-coordinated quite well, each deep into the red side of the spectrum. "Meters look good," he said, yanking the control stick to the left to coax the vehicle around a turn. Inertia, even subdued as it was by the inhibition system designed to keep the acceleration from squirting his brain out his ears, shoved him to the side of his seat. 3 structure sensors started blaring warnings in response. "As a general rule, we try to keep them in the green, not the red," Preethi said. "If you're going to spy on the reading across the comm system, then why even ask my opinion? I'm your test driver, and I say she's a beaut. Holding up brilliantly." "And what do you think of the track the surveyors picked out? A worthy third course for our circuit." His hover sled rode up a slight incline and lofted, hurtling through the air for several hundred meters before slamming down again. "What was that?" Preethi asked. "A minor grading issue. Let me ask, are your track maintenance guys going to clear this off and level it out?" "There are safety regulations to adhere to. I understand track features such as that will be mitigated somewhat." "Yeah, that's what I thought. In that case, this is going to make for sort of a tame run. I'm feeling it, but I'm not feeling it, you know?" "I'm afraid you'll need to articulate yourself a bit better than that if I'm going to take your recommendations to the engineers." "Well," he glanced aside, looking out the right window of his cramped cockpit. Stretching out beside the roughed-out track was a huge field of natural stone structures. Columns of hard stone scoured out of the softer stretches of the landscape by constant winds. The field was dense with them, in some instances leaving barely enough room between for 2 hoversleds to pass side by side. He grinned. "I'm thinking something like this," Lex said. He fired the retro thrusters to drop his speed to something more maneuverable, then tugged at the controls. The sled struggled to keep its grip on the stone and gravel of the field, skidding wide before settling into a new course. Lex blasted through the laser perimeter of the potential course and off into the cluttered field beyond. "Lex, please stay on the intended track until we've completed the testing." "We did 3 laps. Let's just take a little detour for a bit." "Need I remind you, antics like this have inspired the resignation of no fewer than 3 insurance adjusters." "Thinning the herd, Preethi. If they can't take a little navigational improvisation out of your racers, they don't have a place in the business." The sled sliced across the landscape and deep into a cluster of stone spires. They swept past in 2s and 3s, each one bringing a heart-stopping whomp as he charged by with inadvisably little clearance. He heard Preethi clear her throat over the communicator, then address someone on her side. "Gina, would you please send me the link to the appropriate land surveys for areas surrounding Track 3? Thank you." Lex eased the hoversled into a lazy turn into a denser patch of columns, effortlessly plotting a course between them and thrilling as its proximity warning switched from a periodic blip to an almost constant tone. "Lex, please bring the sled to a stop immediately," Preethi said. Her tone was still as calm and collected as it had ever been, but vibrating beneath it was a very real tension. "Why? What's up?" 1,500 meters ahead of you starts Orefield 145, one of our larger zinc mines." "Okay, first off, 1,500 meters were gone before you finished talking. Second, what do I care about mines? Those are underground, right?" "This particular mine has been running since before Mr. Patel's landscape conservation efforts. Mining has been temporarily discontinued there due to geographic instability. Automated boring machines were working quite near the surface." "How? Ugh, jeez." He pulled hard at the yoke and tapped a side thruster, narrowly avoiding a yawning opening in the ground ahead. "What was that?" "Little pothole, nothing to worry about." His assurance was cut short by the crackling grind of collapsing stone as the ground beneath him began to give way. He cut off power to the main thrusters and maxed out the repulsors.